So this would be my very first video of the Woman to Woman series. I know a couple of you guys have been looking forward to this series. Girl, yes, look at this hair. This is that flat twist with perm rods I did. Sorry, y'all. just checking myself off in the mirror here. And the Woman to Woman series, I have certain videos that I want to bring to you. However, there may be some videos I may just spring on you guys. I hope you're okay with that. Still trying to figure out a best as far as the schedule goes. I think I'm going to bring one to you guys every 2 weeks or so, depending on my mood. So this is the very first one, and why not start off with a bang, girl? I will be using correct terminology. Sometimes I may slip up and say pocketbook, lady parts, but that's just because I'm silly. Disclaimer: if you do not want to hear this, if you're not into this, I would prefer if you're 18 years and older, because there are some things I'm going to bring up that are not for children. But at some point, girl, you're going to have to learn how to clean your vagina. But I hope you guys enjoy this video. Those of you who have any other advice or tips, please put them down below. I am a hygiene type of, I don't want to call it OCD, but I'm very, very particular when it comes to smells and hygiene. When I was living in Texas, I would change my clothes. If I felt sweaty, I would change my clothes numerous of times because it's humid, and then also include my underwear. If I'm getting hot and all that, girl, I change everything and I would shower. It was not uncommon, at least for me, and I know my husband was the same way, for me to shower twice in a day. So anyway, just to let you know, that's the background. So I think I know what I've been doing has been working. Your vagina is a self-cleaning organ. There is not a lot you need to do to ensure that it's clean and that you're not having any unpleasant smells. I think we all know by now that no one really does any dishing anymore. I mean, that went away in the late 80s, early 90s. You don't have to use scented products, and it's probably best that you don't use those scented products. I do not use anything on the market for feminine hygiene. I know there's some people who still use some things, but for me personally, I don't use those items. So my first tip will have to be just your lifestyle. You really, really want to make sure that you are eating a well-balanced diet, that you are drinking plenty of water. I don't see how people can eat a bunch of junk food and don't think that's not going to show up in their face, their skin, and their lady parts, and how it smells. Like, seriously and honestly, I'm not trying to be funny about that. So I try to eat a very well-balanced diet. I don't eat a lot of junk food. I'm trying to lay off on the processed food. I don't do dairy at all. Sometimes I'll have a little creamer, but I have switched over to almond creamer, okay? Another thing to point out is that women secrete a little bit more depending on it's before their menstrual cycle or after the menstrual cycle. So any type of vaginal discharge is normal. Is when it starts to smell, changing color, that's abnormal. Okay, maybe there's an infection, an STD, an STI. There are certain bacterial overgrowth that can cause a scent, such as bacterial vaginosis. And also chlamydia is another one that can cause your vagina to smell. When that happens, you need to go see a doctor. And I have heard or read stories of women that have tried all of that and they still have problems with the smell. pH, your pH is off. It is if you're very sensitive, it is real easy to throw off your pH, right? It could be clothes, it could be condoms, it could be certain medications you may be taking. So I'm going to show you guys something that I purposed just on Amazon for this video that have worked for other women. Besides taking a daily probiotic, which I would recommend anyway, I'm all out, but I need to be taking one, and a really good probiotic. If you can get one that's vegan, even better. I purchased this on Amazon. Probiotic for your actual vagina. And let's go ahead and open this up. I don't even know what it looks like. I purchased this a while back. Oh, so it looks like one of those tubes for like a, when you have a yeast infection. So, okay, yeah. And you would just put this in here. Y'all, this is the first time I opened this up, seriously. I guess you would just take one of these tubes, put it in, and insert it into your vagina. And again, this can help with stabilizing your vagina pH, which will help with scent, extra secretions, and all that. And I will be putting this below in the description box. I've heard of other things such as soaking in baking soda, putting, I wouldn't do this, but some people have worked, putting yogurt on a tampon and inserting it in your vagina. Girl, please. No, I wouldn't do it. But apparently, if it works for you, great. Apple cider vinegar soaks. Vinegar soaks, of course. Tea tree oil is another one, which I would still be careful with that. Now let's get into a little bit more of the hygiene. Besides eating well, you know, taking probiotics when you now have a problem. But this right here is maintenance. So I use a separate soap from my body soap. I just do. I have been using peppermint soap now for years for my lady parts. So I used a Dr. Bronner's Castle bar soap. You can purchase this anywhere. I got this from Walmart. But they also have liquid soap. Now I find in the Dr. Bronner's version too, I find that his is more potent, so I typically dilute it, the liquid soap that is, because it's concentrate. But the Equate version is not so bad. So I've been using this too, off and on, and it's good. It's really good. Again, Castle soap. Also, when I go to the bathroom, I make sure that I use moist wipes depending on what I'm doing. We all use moist wipes, girls. Got to make sure you're cleaning. We know how to wipe properly by now, okay? To make sure that you're not tracking any of the fecal matter up into your vagina region. So yes, got to use wipes. Shaving. I do shave. I do believe in shaving. However, hair serves a purpose, okay? Body hair, that is, serves a purpose. It's there to protect your body. It's there to protect certain areas. But I'm not trying to look like Harry and Henderson. So I do make sure that it is well kept down below, just using regular shaver, nothing, you know, fancy. I know some people, they go get their legs up to the sky and get a Brazilian wax. No. Besides the peppermint soap, really that's it. I don't use anything that's scented. Very, very gentle when washing the area, making sure that you got multiple stuff going, making sure that you're pulling. I'm not trying to be funny, but you want to make sure that you're cleaning thoroughly. But you're very gentle with what you're doing, because that area down below is extremely gentle. You don't want to be rough and scrubbing around. You don't want to be doing too much. You want to be gentle, okay? Use warm soapy water and a dishcloth. Please use a separate dishcloth. I'm not... Yes, I use a separate dishcloth, or I have separate dishcloths from my body dishcloths. Sometimes I don't even use it at all. As long as my hands are real soapy, I get down below and work it in, and we're good. Patting it dry. I try not to wear a lot of tight clothes. The only thing tight down below I wear is for church, my stockings, and I immediately take those off. A few days out of the month, I go bottomless at night to let her breathe, because that's just how I am, you guys. That's just my tip for me personally. I know in other countries I've heard of vaginal steaming, and I once saw a documentary, and I want to say it was in Ethiopia, where a woman had squatted over a almost like simmering fire of different herbs, and she was steaming her vagina, which is it was very interesting to see that. As far as underwear go, it may not be cute, it may not be sexy, 100% cotton. I'm not having anything up in my butt, you know, no G-strings or nothing. I mean, now after 10 o'clock when we want to play, okay, but doing everyday wear, I'm not wearing no thong. I'm not wearing no G-string. I'm not wearing anything that's tight. I'm wearing loose Fruit of Loom panties. Draws. That's what I'm wearing. Sorry. I try to keep this as professional as possible. But yes, that's for those of you who do wear underwear, because I know there's some women who don't, that 100% cotton is the way to go. And again, sometimes I will wear a panty liner in between the months, in between the days of the month, depending on any type of vaginal discharge, which is, again, very normal. It's when it's a different color and it has a smell to it. And this is mostly after my menstrual cycle for me personally. Changing out pads, any type of whatever feminine products that you use, ensuring that you're changing those out often. Cleaning while you're on your menstrual cycle is important. I know there's some women who don't. but this is dried blood, y'all. Now I'm just getting graphic. I know if you don't like to hear this, okay, but it's dried blood. You want to make sure that you're cleaning your vagina when you're on your cycle. It's very important, okay? If your pH off, you can have an overgrowth. When you have an overgrowth, you need to treat that with probiotics, possibly some medication through your doctor, your OBGYN. And that can happen to the best of us, either through, a yeast infection or something like that. But ensuring that you're eating well, taking vitamins, cleaning properly, changing your underwear when needed, using the right product set. But yeah, Castle Bar soap, what I use, I love it. And that is it, you guys. Let me know, drop down below what your tips and secrets are. So that is it. Take care.